Hey Aries, welcome to your monthly oracle reading for the month of May. I've already shuffled your cards since I'm using more than one deck. So I used Earth Magic and Healing with the Fairies. I decided to mix it up a little bit. I hope you guys like that too. So I'll go ahead and show you the cards that you received. Here we go. So your first one here you have from the Earth Magic deck is Iceberg. It says Submerged. Okay, here we go. Your next card is Self-Reliance. And the third card is Sexuality. Okay, so this is for May. The first feeling I got looking at all these three cards, I feel like, not all of you, some of you, but you might be holding back on something. For a few, it could be, maybe you feel you're not in touch with your own intimacy, like you're suppressing yourself sexually or suppressing your passion, something that you want to bring out to the world, but maybe, because of society or people around you telling you, how you should be. You've suppressed that side of yourself, okay? Because I feel like a lot of you are going with what you feel is right, like in your head, than in your heart, okay? So it's definitely a card, especially here, the second one where the woman is hugging herself. It's saying you are enough with yourself, okay? Don't pay attention to naysayers this month, May. Don't get swayed by any negative energy. Just keep your dreams, your wishes, anything you hold dear to your heart, to yourself at this time, okay? Because I feel like you're on that bridge towards a breakthrough, and I feel like the slightest bit of information someone might give you, it might make you switch gears or question yourself. So this is telling you to rely on yourself, okay? For some, definitely it's going to be a powerful month for empowering yourself in your sexuality. So that could be the case for some. Maybe you'll meet someone, sparks fly. Maybe you reignite the passion with your partner. So that's definitely, it's going to be a hot month for you for May, okay? And maybe this energy is going to go into June and into the summer months because it was the last card I picked out for you. Okay, for others, again, going back to what I said the first time, it could be maybe you're not so much in touch with your sexuality. So if that's the case and you're wondering, why you can't open up or why you feel a restriction, it could be best, to go back to your past and ask yourself what led you to feel that way. Maybe you had some sort of bad experience in the past, or, a certain belief system was formed around sexuality. Okay, not for everyone because it's a general reading, but it's asking you to go back and question. It could be, this card comes up if there's been like abuse of some sort. Your best thing is to chat with somebody trustworthy, a social worker, and in order to go back and heal wounds of the past. Okay, so that's a very important card for you. But some of you have a lot of gifts deep down that you haven't tapped into. And it's telling you to bring forward, what excites you, what brings you joy, what makes you happy. Bring that forward this month. Okay, it's all about that base chakra. It's very primal energy here. Don't get too much in your head. That's what it's saying. Really tap into that creative force. What makes you, what brings fire to your life. Even though society, they might not agree, you gotta go with your own path, okay? And you'll find a lot of blessings and opportunities coming your way because of that. For some of you, this is going to be the month you feel a little bit more independent. You might need to break away from something you've been dependent on, if that makes sense. It could be financially dependent, emotionally dependent on somebody else to give you happiness, and maybe you're not receiving it. This card is telling you and reassuring you that you are enough and you need to build on your own power, your own self-esteem, so you could attract love that is, respectful to you, okay? So if you've been spending too much time focusing on another person, why they're not changing in this way, why they're not doing that, you're losing your own power, okay? So this is definitely card that tells you you need to focus on you, and whoever's happy to join you will kind of come around your way of doing things. Okay, because you are the sign taking charge, taking leadership. So make sure you don't forget that. Of course, find a balance, give and take. I'm not saying, just be selfish and that's it. But you know who this applies to, okay? You know who you are. If you've been focused too much on the outside, make sure you go within, okay? And this is a very pure card. It's you shedding, the outside layers and the mask or the armor you've been wearing, and just kind of being honest with yourself and being honest to others and expecting the same in return. Whoever likes it, likes it. Whoever doesn't like it. See you later, right? Okay. So yeah, this one here, very interesting. I feel like a few of you, you're waiting for something, okay? It's telling you to be patient. The iceberg, it melts very, very slowly. So this is a time you might be waiting for something a little bit longer than you've hoped, but it's coming. It's just, it's going at its own pace. And I feel like it'll come to you when the time's right. Not really when you want it. It's when the universe feels that you're ready. Okay. So that could be intimacy. It could be maybe, renting your own place, owning your own home, anything at all. But there's a waiting period here. Okay. It could even be that you feel a little bit alone, a little bit isolated, and sometimes you feel life can get a little bit dull, okay? But this is saying it's not always going to be like that. So just have patience and just enjoy the time you have now, because later I feel you might look back and be like, oh, I actually missed that time, okay? So just be grateful in whatever, however your life is transitioning, it's there for a reason. So just make sure you accept that, whatever is going on, and focus on what you can control, right? So, really interesting here. So, make the most of this quiet time, this isolating period. Maybe it's some time to focus on what brings you passion, focus on your creative endeavors, your hobbies, whatever it is that you do, okay? And if you've been hurt in the past, maybe it's time to get healing and just let down your walls a little bit, okay? Melt the walls you've built up. Not every experience will be the same, okay? So don't let your past determine the future if you've been hurt or anything like that, because then you'll miss out on great opportunities. So that's your messages for May. I hope you enjoy it. Have a good one, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.